a brief history of the revolver. The early origins of a revolver were based in the fact that people wanted a firearm capable of shooting multiple shots without reloading. And this kind of dates back to the 16th century. Early attempts included multi-barreled guns and pepperbox designs, which featured rotating barrels but lacked a true revolving cylinder. The first known revolver-like firearm was a German wheel-lock revolver from the late 1500s, but it was incredibly unreliable and expensive to produce. So I had no idea Glock made guns back then.
All right, get out! Yeah!
A major breakthrough came in 1818 when Elijah Collier, an American gunsmith, developed a flintlock revolver with a manually revolving cylinder. So it did work, but you had to chamber it manually each time. However, we jump ahead to 1836 and enter Samuel Colt, the man who revolutionized the design of the revolver. And he really came up with the first practical repeating revolver with a mechanically indexed cylinder. His single action mechanism required the shooter to cock the hammer before each shot. And this laid the foundation for modern revolvers. Now, some of his first models were the Colt Walker, which was in 1847, and the Colt Dragoon, which was in 1848. And this improved on the previous designs and became favorites among both soldiers and frontiersmen. When we get to 1873, Colt invented what has to be one of the, if not the, most iconic revolvers of all time, and that is the Colt Single Action Army, also known as the Peacemaker. And it became the definitive firearm of the American West. It was widely used among lawmen, outlaws, military. It's still actually used in cowboy action shooting today. And it's just a great, fun gun to shoot. Then in the late 19th century, the rise of the double action and metallic cartridge became quite popular. The introduction of the self-contained metallic cartridges revolutionized firearms. And in 1857, Smith & Wesson introduced the Model 1, which appropriately named was the first revolver to use 22 rimfire cartridges, making reloading faster and safer than the old cap and ball designs. Now, double action revolvers, and that's where you can pull the trigger and it also cocks the hammer at the same time, became widely adapted late in the 19th century. The WWI Revolver, which was in 1887, was used by British forces, and it exemplified this innovation. So despite the rise of the semi-automatic pistol, revolvers remained a top choice for law enforcement and personal defense throughout the early 20th century. The Colt M1917 and the Smith model M1917 were widely used in World War I and World War II. Then from the 1930s to the 1950s, models like the Colt Detective Special and the Smith & Wesson Model 10 became standard issue for police forces worldwide. The introduction of the Magnum cartridges, such as the .357 Magnum in 1935 and the .44 Magnum in 1955, expanded the use of revolvers into hunting and even more appropriate for self-defense. Now we get to the modern era of the revolver. And let's face it, while the semi-automatic pistols really dominate the handgun market today, revolvers still continue to be favored for home defense, hunting, and sport shooting. Companies like Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Colt, and Taurus produce modern revolvers with lightweight materials and improved ergonomics. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. See you next time on the Gun Guy channel.